So, by the time you leave that interrogation room, you're going to see where it was white. The car was white. It had rims on it, right? You know, that's how the white man do you. He changed the whole story up, man. You let him lie to you long enough, man. Right? But we're bringing how Christ looked out the Bible.
That's right.
The Bible that the pastor church don't read. Right? Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks,
In the midst of seven candlesticks, the seven churches,
one like unto the Son of Man,
Son of Man, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ,
clothed with a garment down to the foot.
he was clothed with an ancient garment. We wore garments all the way down to the foot, looking royalty. We ain't wear no damn little Roman toga with his shoulder out, looking all homosexual. Our Mashiach was a mighty man of war.
That's right.
Read.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
He had on a golden girdle. You know about WWE wrestling belt. He had on a golden girdle worth a lot of money in today's terms. Read.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
No, it was straight doggy hair.
Were white like wool.
No, this brown, coarse, straight hair.
Were white like wool.
If you didn't know the Messiah, who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ, he had white, woolly hair like the elder over here. You see the elder? Right? This is white, woolly hair.
That's right.
This is the same touch of hair the so-called Jesus Christ had, who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Right? His name is YAHAWAH'S in the Hebrew tongue. Read that, read, King.
As white as snow.
Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
No, blue eyes.
Were as a flame of fire.
No, green eyes.
Were as a flame of fire.
No, homosexual eyes.
Were as a flame of fire.
Jesus Christ's eyes was red because he drank that wine. He knew the end and the beginning of all his people. That was stress, what you call stress. You look at a lot of our old men eyes that been on these streets stressing for 5, 15, 20 years. You know, our 50, 60-year-old men, their eyes gonna be red, right? Read that, finish reading, King.
Verse 15. And his feet.
His feet, now read.
Like unto fine brass.
Now, fine brass is a derivative of brown, right? If you take off your shoes right now, the top of your feet should match the rest of your skin color. It should match your arms. It should match your forehead. It should match your thighs. The top of your feet should match the rest of your body.
That's right.
YAHAWAH'S feet was like fine brass. Now, brass is a derivative of brown. Now, let's just see how brownish he was. Read.
As if they were burned in a furnace.
They was what?
As if they were burned in a furnace.
They were what?
Burned in a furnace.
How dark Christ is?
Burned in a furnace.
Hey, Christ was so dark, it looked like he burned in a furnace.
That's right.
So what these Christian churches giving you, it don't match up with the scriptures. That's right. The Christian church give you this homosexual, white skin, blue eye, dog hair man, and telling you that's your God. But the Bible, what we just read out of, he said he had woolly hair, he had brown skin. He had red eyes.
That's right.
As if it burned in a furnace, right?
That's
All
right.
praises, King. All praises. King, let me ask you a question, King. If you take anything and put it in a furnace, what color is going to turn?
Black.
Hey,
That's right.
All praises, King. Hey, it's common sense. But they give you this white devil, the Jesus they give you in these churches, talking about he's a so-called, ain't nowhere near black man. We just read out the Bible that he's a so-called black man. They don't take a rocket science to read the scriptures and apply them to common sense. But we don't read. We'll take Pastor Porkchop word for it. We won't even look it up for ourselves. They say you want to hide anything from a so-called black man, put it in a book, right? And we don't read. But what do Revelations 3 and 6 say? Revelation 3 and 6. What's going on, King? You doing all right tonight, man?
How y'all doing, bro?
All praises, King, all praises.
All right, my friend.
What's your nationality, King?
I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria? Your father's a Nigerian?
Yes. The true blood of Nigeria.
His father was a Nigerian?
From the Igbo tribe.
Did you shave? You have to shave sometimes?
Huh?
Do you have to ever shave? Do you shave yourself?
No.
Okay. All praise. Through the spirit, you could.
I'll be back. Let me go.
Okay, King. He the spirit bearing witness. He might be an Israelite.
All praise.
More likely he may be a Hamite though, but he might be an Israelite. That's why I got some they shave, cause those Hamites, they can't grow no hair on their face, man.
Yeah.
They got this baby skin hair, man. They don't got. Hey,
Even women.
Even women, brother, that's right.
We're coming from the book of Revelations, chapter 3 and verse 6. He that hath an ear, let him hear.
That's 9 and 13.
Oh, I thought you said three.
Because you know, if they want to hide, they say hide anything from a so-called black man, you put it inside a book. Because our people don't read. Our people take the word for it. You know, you get that manual for that, how to build that dresser, or you'll get a manual from Job, or you'll get a manuscript. And what we do, we ignore the directions. We throw the directions right out. Because we don't read. Our people been taking shortcuts all their life, man. The Lord said what?
It's blessed he that read 3 6.
No, 3 and 6 is
6 and 3.
6 and 3, that's what I was looking at. 6 and 3.
Maybe 6 and 3. Or 3 and 6.
Read this, King.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garments was white as snow.
So if you put on a garment, that means you have to have a body. This is giving a physical description of who the world calls God. Like God is just a title. We know his name is Yahawah, according to the Hebrew tongue. Because there's many gods. Now the white man God is gold, oil, and drugs. That's what the white man served. He served guns, he served gold, oil, and drugs. Right? Read.
And the hairs and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Like the pure wool, just like his son Yahawashi, who the world called Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Right? Look just like his son. He made an image of his son. Right? Read.
And his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. And a fiery stream issued and came out from before him. Thousands and thousands ministered unto him.
Thousands and thousands and thousands ministering to him. Right? So you have thousands and thousands of angels ministering to the Most High God in the heavens. Right? All day long. But you can't even worship for 5 minutes. Right? You can't even read your Bible for 2 minutes. Right? When you have thousands of angels worshiping him 24/7 a day, bowing down, worshiping the Most High God. So if you don't know, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are God's chosen people.
That's right.
And you must wake up in these last days and come back to your power. Because you're not going to have no power when they start rounding you up, sending you to these FEMA camps.
That's right.
You're not going to be able to always drive in this complex or go through the drive-thru of Popeyes or fill your gas station up at Shells and Exxon stations. These days are coming to a nut. These days are coming to an end.
That's right.
Right? You may think, well, crazy dudes over there just talking. But the Lord sent the prophets out to prophesy against every great kingdom.
That's right.
And if you don't know, if you got a phone, look up YouTube, look up Israelites, and you will see all the brothers waking up in these last days.
That's right.
We are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
Your forefather Jacob had 12 sons, right? You'll be from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, Naphtali. These are 12 men names. You will never learn this in the church.
That's right.
The church just want to preach to you all day, read John 3:16 all day, and pass that collection plate around all day. For you to give that money, you ain't learning nothing in these churches. We up here teaching. We teaching you who you are, what the Most High required of you, and how are you, and you the Most High God people in these last days. So-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? You got to wake up. Did you find it?
Read.
Coming from the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 3.
There you go.
Blessed is he that readeth.
No, scan through.
That readeth.
YouTube.
That readeth.
It said, blessed is he that readeth. Read.
And they that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written therein. For the time is at hand.
For the time is at hand, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. The time is at hand.
Give me that Revelation 22:14.
The time is at hand.
What's up with 21 and 12?
The time is at hand. Like, you know how when you turn that hour clock upside down, that hourglass upside down, they got the sand inside, right? You can see the sand going through, right? That's the time you got. The Lord giving you a grace period to turn back to the Lord, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, because these other nations he ain't dealing with.
That's right.
What did the white man need saving from? He got his 10 million, 15 million, 20 billion dollars in the bank account, living in a house larger than this complex, man. The white man don't need no saving, right? Who is his enemies? The white man make enemies with everybody on this planet, man.
That's right.
Everybody hates the so-called white man, the Chinese man, the Russian man. You know Donald Trump got an arrest warrant now for his arrest. The Iranians, the Ayatollahs, they got an arrest warrant now for Trump right now. If you didn't know, that's how World War III is going to be ushered in, right? That's why Trump going out with a bang. There's no such thing as a lame duck session with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is going out with a bang, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's why they fast forward this coronavirus vaccine. That's why they fast forward this mask mandate. Now you're going to be able to drive from one city to another city without being stopped.
That's right.
And see, you got your vaccine.